All right, then if the people are ready to call the first witness, please go ahead.
The people call Morgan Bonderman to the stand.
Morgan Bonderman, please report to the stand. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly affirm that the testimony you are about to give will faithfully and truthfully conform to the facts and rules of the mock trial competition?
Yes, sir.
Please state your first and last name, spelling out your last name for the record.
Morgan Bonderman, B-O-N-D-E-R-M-A-N.
Please be seated.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bonderman.
Good afternoon, sir.
What do you do for a living?
I am a freelance repairman. If it ain't broke, don't call me.
Did you know Alex Thompson?
Yes, Alex and I were good friends for 5 years.
Do you know Casey Davidson?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you see Casey Davidson in court today?
Yes,
Could you please identify him using an article of clothing?
he is sitting at the end of that table wearing the gray and pink tie.
May the record reflect that Mr. Bonderman has identified the defendant?
Yes.
Mr. Bonderman, how do you know the defendant?
I've seen Casey 2 times before the September 14th rally. Once was about a year before that at a different political rally, and the other time was at the Acorn Farmers Market.
Why do you remember these 2 encounters?
Well, anytime I saw Casey and Alex together, it was like cats and dogs. They fought on all the occasions.
Well, I want to talk to you about those occasions. What happened the first time that you saw the defendant and Mr. Thompson interact on the political rally?
Well, I saw Casey and Alex having a heated argument, and then Casey waved his stick in the air.
What did Mr. Thompson do?
Alex just turned, walked away.
The second time at the farmer's market, when was that?
That was on September 10th, just 4 days before Alex died.
Do you please describe the interaction you saw on that day?
Alex and I were walking through the farmer's market. Casey saw us and yelled, "You better cancel that stupid speech." And then they got into an argument.
Do you know what speech he was referring to?
There was the Mitch O'Kennedy speech scheduled for that week.
Were you involved in any way with the Mitchell Kennedy speech?
Yes, sir. As a favor to Alex, I was helping with the preparations. We spent many late nights at the warehouse where Alex lived on the outskirts of town.
On any of those nights that you spent at Mr. Thompson's warehouse, did you see the defendant?
Yes, sir. On 2 separate occasions, I saw Casey parked in a car outside of Alex's house.
Now I want to turn your attention to September 14th, 2017. Did you attend a rally that day?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did you witness Mr. Thompson and the defendant interact?
Yes. True to form, they were arguing.
Do you remember how this argument ended?
I do. They were having their argument, and then some jerk came out of nowhere and sucker punched Alex in the face. He started bleeding, so he ran to the bathroom to go deal with it.
When was this?
That was at around 9:50 a.m.
When was the next time that you saw Mr. Thompson?
Well, after about a half an hour, Alex still hadn't come back, so I went looking for him.
Did you find him?
Yeah. That's when I found him dead.
Thank you. Nothing further at this time, Your Honor.
Cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Mr. Bonderman.
Afternoon, sir.
Mr. Bonderman, you are friends with the victim, Alex Thompson, correct?
We were good friends, yes.
In fact, you even spent many late nights at his warehouse with him, correct?
Preparing for the speech, that is correct.
But isn't it true that you before the rally on September 14th, you had only met Casey Davidson twice in your life?
That is correct.
And the first time was about a year ago at a rally.
About a year before the September 14th rally, yes.
And you saw Davidson and Thompson arguing at that rally?
Yes, yes, sir.
And you saw Thompson get right up into Davidson's face?
That is correct. It was a pretty heated argument.
But did you see Mr. Davidson strike Mr. Thompson?
No, sir.
Turning to the altercation at the farmer's market, isn't it true that Mr. Thompson tripped Mr. Davidson?
Alex did trip Casey. That is correct.
And there was a small scuffle?
Yes, there was some shoving. I had to separate the 2 of them.
And isn't it true that after the fact, both had small cuts and scratches on them?
Yes, I think I saw minor cuts and scrapes on both of them.
And you claim to have seen Mr. Davidson's car outside of Mr. Thompson's warehouse on multiple occasions, correct?
Yes, sir.
But it was late at night each time, right?
Yes.
So it was dark?
Yes, as it was nighttime.
And you didn't actually see who was in the car, correct?
I'm pretty sure I saw Casey.
But you had only met him twice before, correct?
Correct.
So you cannot be 100% sure that the man in this car was Casey Davidson?
I know what he looks like. I believe it was Casey.
But you cannot be 100% sure.
No, not 100%.
And turning to the altercation at the farm, turning to the rally on September 14th, did you attend?
Yes, sir.
And you saw, and isn't it true that Alex Thompson crossed the police line?
Yes, Alex was more willing to engage the other side.
And someone punched him in the face, correct?
Yeah, it was nasty.
But this person was not Mr. Davidson.
Correct.
And Mr. Thompson's nose gushed blood all over, correct?
Yes, he had a nosebleed.
It was a very, very large nosebleed, blood going all over, right?
There was quite a bit of blood, yes.
You even saw some large blood droplets on the grass?
I believe so. That is correct.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
People have any redirect?
No, Your Honor. May this witness be excused?
Thank you, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.